Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again, December 31st, 2019. This is it. We're done. We're finished with you, 2019. We've done all we can. On to 2020, another decade in the new millennium in the books. It was my first full year as a YouTuber. So thank you to everyone who watches, who likes what I do, who doesn't like what I do, as long as you're watching. Thanks for the views, over 20 million views, over 170,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. Thank you for the donations through PayPal, link in the description box. Thank you for purchasing your green gear, my merchandise, link in the description box. And thank you for downloading your Jericho Green notification tones through fanatictones.com, helping to keep me independent, link in the description box. But, well, yeah, that is serious. I am very serious about that. Thank you. But knowing what 2019 was like kind of gives me a little bit of, I don't know what the fuck we're in for in 2020. You know what I mean? All the crazy shit we've dealt with, all the LGBT, ABC, alphabet, soup group, Ku Klux, trans bullshit, all of the political, we want socialism, free shit for everybody bullshit, all the TDS bullshit. I mean, if you're not here, lucky you, but all the bullshit we dealt with in California, you know, no electricity, wildfires and shit, human excrement in the streets, needles and shit, California, formerly known as San Francisco. I hope that it gets better. I hope that we've seen the worst. But this little friend of mine called pessimism won't let me shake the feeling that we haven't seen shit yet. But we'll find out. One thing's for sure, we'll see. But last night, I'm at home. My daughter is recovering. She's doing a lot better. She had a cold. My son, he's dealing with, I don't know, the flu or what. His tummy hurts. He threw up the other night. Luckily, he hasn't thrown up since. But he's had a fever. Parents, you know how it fucking goes. I'm preaching to the damn choir. So I'm at home last night with my kids. My wife goes to CVS to pick up some medicine. She's been gone a little longer than she normally is. And she calls. She said, some guy just rear-ended me in the CVS drive-thru. So I'm parked right here, off to the side of the drive-thru, waiting to see what he's going to do, if he's going to come over and exchange information. So this happened maybe 10, 12 years ago. I've told this story before, but if you haven't heard it, real quick. My wife is driving home down this road, and she gets rear-ended because, you know, it's in the evening, 5 o'clock traffic. No matter where you're from, you know what the fuck that's like. She gets rear-ended. She pulls over. The dude who rear-ended her, this little illegal alien, rear-ends her. He pulls over behind her, grabs his 2 kids out of the car, and starts walking. Left his car, didn't fucking check on my wife. Are you all right? None of that bullshit. Grabbed his 2 kids and started walking. So last night, my wife's at CVS in the drive-thru. Now she's on the east side of town. Around here, it's known as the East Side. You know what that entails. Crime goes up a little bit when you're on the east side. That's where the majority of illegals live in this city. That's the fucking truth. That's the way it is. So she's on the east side. Dude rear ends her. I said, get his license plate number and come home if he takes off, because hit and run, that's a felony. I know because I saw somebody hit a car in the parking lot. The dude was drunk. I called the cops and told him. They said, did he leave the scene? I said, yes. They said, we'll be on our way. Took me by the police in the neighboring town where already had him out in his front yard. I drive by, identify the dude. I ended up having to go to court, testify, all this bullshit. So if you hit somebody, whether they're in the car or not, whether anyone's injured or not, and you leave, that's a felony. So I told my wife, get his license plate number if he tries to bounce and come home. So she waits. What does he do? The motherfucker takes off. She starts going behind him to try to get his license plate number. He blows a fucking red light. Now, we've all heard stories about people being killed from other people blowing red lights and going right through. I'm guessing you could say whatever the fuck you want, but based on my experiences and the location of the incident, most likely he's a fucking illegal. Because if you have insurance, something minor like that, a minor tap on someone's bumper, you're gonna fucking pull over and exchange information. That's what insurance is for. But this motherfucker takes off. So now my wife, we're waiting for the cops to come by the house, which surprised us. I didn't know they would come by. We thought we'd have to go down to the station. They're going to come by, take a report, go over to CVS, check the security footage, find out who this motherfucker is. We got to pay deductibles. We got to get a rental car, all this bullshit. And it would have all been taken care of much easier if this piece of shit stayed and gave his information like normal people do. And I thought about it. I was like, do we want to pursue this? This could possibly get this man deported. You commit a felony, now you're on ISIS radar. But then I thought about it again. All the shit we have to go through. He didn't even stop to fucking see if my wife was okay. He blew a fucking red light, could have possibly hurt or killed somebody or himself. If he is illegal, you fucked up anyway. You shouldn't fucking be here. So fuck it. You'll never go wrong for doing the right thing. This is the right thing to do. We're doing it. I will keep you updated on this incident to see what the fuck happens. Boy, did that piss me off. Didn't even see if she was all right. Just took off and blew a fucking red light. I had an uncle who was killed by a drunk driver who blew a stop sign. Of course, it's always the good people, right? You never hear anybody say, yeah, he was killed by a drunk driver, but he was a piece of shit, so we don't care. Nope. It's always the person who's coming from work. He just got done washing the feet of the homeless and feeding them his last fucking energy bar. He just gave a man the shirt off his back. It's always the good ones. So my uncle's coming home from work. He was a chef at Pebble Beach. He's coming home from work in the morning, some drunk piece of shit. And if you get a DUI, if you drive drunk, you're a piece of shit and you need to be beaten until flesh comes off your bones. Now people are like, oh, I had 2 beers, I didn't know. I don't want to hear that shit. You got to be careful. You can't be driving fucked up. And this dude was like, I'm not talking .09. This motherfucker was intoxicated, inebriated, lit, faded. 3 sheets, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So I have no sympathy for drunk drivers at all. You kill somebody behind the wheel of a car because you're fucking drunk, you need to die too. Anybody have a problem with that? But, like I said, last day of the year, so let's end it on a positive note, shall we? So, you've all heard of this church shooting in Texas a couple days ago on Sunday. But like most mass shootings, if you want to, I guess by the definition I've heard, mass shooting is 4 or more people. So this didn't quite qualify. Because fortunately, only 3 people died. I feel very bad for the families of the 2 parishioners that he shot. In church, trying to get a message, trying to practice your religion, going about your fucking business, and some piece of shit who apparently was dressed in a wig and like a mustache or a beard, a fake beard and a wig, that's what caught their attention in the first place. He decides to bring a shotgun in there and start shooting people. And who knows? Had this good guy not been there, had these good guys not been there, who knows how many people this piece of shit with a shotgun? Because if you watch the footage, and it's easy to find, when he shoots, 99% of those people hit the floor and start screaming. So however many rounds he had, that's how many people would have died. Because it didn't look to me like any of those people were ready to take on a shooter. Fortunately, they had a security guard there, their head of security. He pulled his gun, gives this piece of shit one to the chest, and he dies. And he stays there on this gun, trained on this dude, until they knew everything was all right. So and they're calling this guy a hero, but I understand what he's saying. He's like, look, I'm not a hero. I just did my job. I did what I'm trained to do. I tell the people who I train, if you practice it, when shit hits the fan, your training will kick in. That's what happened. So this good guy pops this piece of shit in church before he can kill a bunch of other people. So despite what the mainstream mediocres tell us, guns are good. Guns do good. I think that's going to be my next t-shirt. Guns do good. It's not all bad. It's not all mass shootings. It's not all gangbangers. It's not all some mentally unstable piece of shit gunning down his own family. Excuse me. The overwhelming majority of instances with guns are the good guys. I've heard anywhere from 500,000 to 3 million situations a year end well with guns, meaning somebody stops somebody else, somebody stops a bad person from doing something or doing more. Like in the church situation, he only killed 2 people instead of way more because some good person, some sane person used their gun the right way. Everybody with a gun is not going to shoot up the fucking mall. 99% of gun owners have them for protection, to protect their home, protect their families, or in situations like this, they're out somewhere to protect other people. Guns do good. I'm glad this dude, his training kicked in, he relied on his training and saved a lot of people from fucking dying. I don't have a problem with background checks. I don't have a problem with training. I think there's no such thing as too much training when it comes to a firearm, because that's the ultimate say-so. That ends the conversation. With a gun, you have people's lives in your hands, and you can take them like that. I wouldn't be mad at annual training, or maybe maybe every 2 years, going through a training course, sharpening those skills. Maybe you haven't had to use your gun since you bought it. Maybe you don't practice shooting it enough. But I wouldn't have a problem with more training for people who have guns. But you should be allowed to have a gun as long as you're not a violent criminal, as long as you don't have any mental issues. Why can't you have a gun? Why can't I have a fucking rocket launcher if I want to? That doesn't mean I'm going to use it. I have an oven in my house. I don't climb in it and crank it to 350. I have a car. I don't drive it down the street killing people. Don't fucking tell me what I can and can't do. I should be able to legally have whatever I want. I'm a sane, tax-paying American. So can I have the right to do what the fuck I want? It pisses me off when people say, no regular person should have this, or why do you need a fully automatic weapon? Because I want one, bitch. That's why. Because I fucking want one. Because I'm not a felon. Because I'm not mentally unstable. And because I have the fucking money to buy it. Shit, who the fuck are you to tell me what I can't have? And I haven't done anything wrong. That shit pisses me off. Well, no person, just shut the fuck up. Don't tell me what I can have and what I shouldn't have and what I deserve. Like when people talk about wealthy people. Oh, well, how much money is too much? However much I want to make, bitch. Why are you fucking with other people's money? If some dude has a way to make $8 trillion, let him fucking make it. Why are you tripping off what other people do? Make your own $8 trillion. And I guarantee you won't want nobody telling you what the fuck to do with your money. Shit. But, like I said, we're in 2019 on a good note. Good guy stops bad guy with legal firearm. Case closed. That's some beautiful shit. And if more people had guns, more stories would end like that. Or there wouldn't be as many stories like that, right? Logic is still a thing. It still works, right? I think. But people, I am an adult with children. So guess what I won't be doing at midnight? I will not be partying. Shit, I might not even be awake. I might catch that early ball drop, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Drops at midnight New York, 9 o'clock here. Happy New Year. Good night. But everybody, please, be safe. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and do stupid shit. Let's get into 2020 safe. We can't have anything happening to you guys because we need everybody, we need all hands on deck to fight these crazy fuckers in 2020. We need you all alive and well to fight back in the voting booth in 2020. We have 11 months till shit hits the fan. We have 11 months until we have to keep Trump in office and keep these crazy fucks out. You do remember who they have running for president as Democrats, right? Bidenus Pervertus, Jokahannes, Skin Lizzie, Fez, Assaulticus. Man, what the fuck? We can't let that happen. That's like giving your fucking toddler the keys and say, take a drive. That would be a fucking mess, and it sure would be if we let people like that get in office. Countdown to voting day. So people, be safe. Let's start the year off right. Let's start it off alive. And I'll see you mañana in 2020. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal cries. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.